Well, for today's North Country history lesson, we learn about a local connection to an international showman.
This is the tale of a bandmate of Buffalo Bill.
You've probably heard of the famous Buffalo Bill in your childhood history class. He was a gun-toting American soldier with a knack for hunting, scouting, and cowboy showmanship. But Buffalo Bill was not local to the North Country, so why are we talking about him? Because in 1883, he founded Buffalo Bill's Wild West, a traveling cowboy show.
It was a phenomenon in the United States. It was very, very popular, and everybody loved to go to the Wild West shows.
And what's a show without some music? That's where Frank Thompson comes into this story.
He came to Lowville around the mid-1880s, and he was the leader of the Lowville Village Band for about 20 years before going and becoming the director of the Wild West shows with Buffalo Bill, and Buffalo Bill was the one that presented this coronet to him.
Thompson directed Buffalo Bill's Wild West Cowboy Band for years. It traveled all over the country and Europe as a display of what American cowboy culture looked and sounded like. The coronet is no longer played, but displayed. Buffalo Bill's Wild West is a thing of the past, but the Lowville Village Band that Thompson dedicated 20 years to still performs every year, just without cowboys and buffalo.